Hi guys, how are you? This is Lois from Milele Immigration Services. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well and safe wherever you are. Guys, I have really important news for you today. And I want to address the following people. I want to address international students in Canada today, potential express entry applicants, people who are already in the express entry pool, visitors to Canada, and people who have applied for PR to Canada already. Okay, so come on in. I see you guys are coming. Who is here? Okay, good. Let's start this. Have you subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, like, and share. Guys, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram as Milele Immigration Services, and you can also find us on TikTok at Immigrate to Canada. Guys, number one update, because today I'm just giving you real important updates. That's what I told you, okay? Number one update, the Federal Skilled Worker class and the Canadian Experience class invitations are finally resuming in July 2022. I know I made a video like 2 weeks ago about this, but we had not confirmed when they are resuming, and now it's official. Okay, the Minister for Immigration, that is Sean Fraser, has today announced the end of the temporary pause on the express entry class draws and the resumption of inviting qualified candidates to apply for permanent residence will come back in July. Okay, so according to the minister, invitations to apply will resume early July, and the vast majority of the new applications will be processed within the 6-month service standard. That is even better news. Okay, all right, then number two. Okay, international students, where are you? This is for you. The minister today also announced a new public policy for international students. So, students, this is really important. So what am I asking you here today? Even if you're not a student, please share this with your siblings, partners, children, friends who are already here in Canada as international students, as this one is going to affect them bigly. Anyway, it's significant. Okay, so what I want to tell you that starting this June, with this new public policy, starting mid-June, the former international students in Canada whose postgraduate work permits expired or are expiring, and the period of expiry here quoted is January 31st, 2022 until December 31st, 2022. These people will be able to get an additional open work permit for up to 18 months. Guys, isn't that good news? So this will give the recent international graduates with expiring postgraduate work permits, or rather temporary status, an opportunity to stay in Canada longer so that they can continue to earn Canadian work experience, and thereby they will almost be guaranteed to qualify for permanent residence. So this is just to make sure that those people will almost all, as long as they're willing to stay in Canada, they will get the relevant and even extra work experience for them to qualify for permanent residence. Okay, didn't I tell you this is good news? This is extra good news. Okay, so in mid-June, if your postgraduate work permit is expiring within that stated period, you will qualify for an additional work permit of up to 18 months, and we don't have the details of how this is going to be processed. So as soon as possible, as soon as we get the details on how they're going to process that, I will let you know. Okay, so this is going to be an open work permit. Yes, so it's not going to tie you to any particular employer, and so you can work for anybody. And even better news, and I want to mention this for students who most likely were here like on a 1-year postgraduate certificate or even a master's. Those are people who are usually crunched of time, and usually they would have gone to some provinces that were almost guaranteed to get them like provincial nomination. Not that those were the provinces of their desires or their dreams, but they were limited to particular provinces just so that they can take advantage of the provincial nomination program. Now, Why am I raising this? I'm raising this because if you're going to get an extra 18 months on top of your work experience, then guess what? You may no longer be tied to a province that you don't really like simply because you want to take advantage of their provincial nomination. So if you want to explore your options, specifically if you had limited immigration programs or rather options based on your study, please reach out to me, book that consultation, and let us see which other provinces you may now qualify for. Okay? All right. Okay, guys. Now, on other news. Okay, on other news, this is the other update that I want to give you here. For those people who had applied for permanent residence in Canada, so they are already here and they had applied for PR through the temporary resident to permanent resident pathway that was implemented last year. Okay, you have really good news. And when I say really good news, we have 3 good updates. Number 1, so now those applicants no longer will be required to remain in Canada while their applications are being processed. So if you want to go back home, if you want to go say hi to your children, say hi to your family, you are welcome to go, and your application is still going to be processed. Number 2, guys, okay? So applicants who apply for open work permits while they are waiting for their permanent resident applications to be finalized will now get work permits that are valid until 2024, guys. Okay, so that also ensures that you don't have to leave Canada and gives you enough time to be here while your permanent residence is being processed, so you don't have to leave Canada. At the same time, they also say that you are free, you don't have to remain in Canada. Okay, the last one is what you're going to love most. So in the IRCC's venture to support family reunification, family members who are outside Canada, okay, and these are family members like immediate family members. Please make sure you understand the definition of family members, that is spouse and children in most of the times. So these family members who are outside Canada and who have been included in a principal applicant's PR application, so your spouse is here, your dad is here, your mom is here, and they've included you in their PR application. What this means now is that as long as you're outside Canada, you are now eligible for an open work permit. Believe it or not, yes. You can apply for an open work permit, and I believe this is some of the greatest news that I have heard this year, or rather even in a long time. So now you can come to Canada and join your family member here while your PR application is being processed, and you will have an open work permit that is going to allow you to work. You can bring your children, of course. With an open work permit, you'll be able also to bring your children and they'll be going to school. You don't have to pay for their school fees. So guys, what are you waiting for? Get applying as soon as we get the details on how to process this. This has all come out today from these temporary public policies that were released by the Minister for Immigration today. And the last update before I go, remember visitors. I know I mentioned you, and remember visitors in Canada. If you're planning to visit, if you're already in Canada, the visitors in Canada continue to be able to apply for employer-specific work permits without having to leave Canada. So that is through the other temporary public policy that was implemented with COVID. So if you're here in Canada or you're planning to come visit Canada, you are free to look for work. Of course, don't tell the visa officers at the port of entry that you're coming to visit, but you're also planning to look for work. Don't do that. You have to let them know that you'll go back to your country. But when you're in Canada, you will be free to look for work. And if you get an employer who gets you an LMIA, or they have an LMIA exemption code, then you can definitely apply for a work permit and you don't have to exit Canada. Okay? Okay, guys. So What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? That's a lot of updates. If you really need my help, if you need a second opinion, if you need help applying, if you need help clarifying these issues and how they affect you and your family members, just so that you don't miss out on opportunities, please head on to my website and book a PR consultation. Okay, PR consultation on my website, www.milalaimmigrationservices.ca. You can also send me an email, and details of the email are going to be at the description part of this video. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.